All right, so we're going to practice with some measurement. We're going to look at length and find it in both centimeters and millimeters. Over here, you have your conversion chart, which is pretty easy to remember because there are 10 millimeters and 1 centimeter. So here's the first one that we're going to find, A. So we're going to start here at the 2, and we're going to count over 1, 2, 3. So we have 2.3 centimeters. Now, always add the decimal point and number, even if it's a whole number, which we'll see in a minute. So when you go to do millimeters, you're just going to move the decimal point over 1. So it's going to be 23 millimeters. So now we're going to see this in B. So it's directly at 5. So instead of putting just 5, I'm going to put 5.0 centimeters, because then it's really easy for me to think. I just bring this decimal point over and I have 50 millimeters. All right, so for C, we know we're at 7, and then I'm going to count back because I think that's easier when it's this far along. So we're going to do 9 and 8. So it's going to be 7.8 centimeters. Bring that decimal point over and we have 78 millimeters. All right, let's move down to the graduated cylinder. So we're doing this in milliliters, so we always have to make sure that our ending unit is milliliters. One of the first things that you need to do when you're looking at graduated cylinders is find out the measurements in between, so the scale. So this one's nice and straightforward for us because it goes up by 1. So we're at 15, 16, 17. So this one's going to be 17. Ooh, wrote that a little extra big there. Now let's look at this one. So we have 5 lines in between the 2 and 3. So they're each going to be worth 0.2. So we have 2, 2.2, 2.4, 2.6, 2.8. So 2.8 milliliters. All right, now let's come back up and look at this triple beam balance over here. So the first number you want to look at is going to be your biggest number, and I like to add them up over here. I think it's easier. Again, with this one, make sure you put the decimal point because it's going to pay off when you need to add things together later. So then over here we have 20. So I'm going to add my 20 here. And then I come down here and I see I have 9.1. So then I just go straight down. And then I look, I'm using this arrow, so it's 129.1, and that's grams. I have to make sure I put the G for grams. All right, let's look at this second one. So we have, I'm just doing all sorts of crazy things with this. 0 here, 40 there, so I'm going to do 40.0. I'm going to come down here and I have 7.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I add those together and I have 47.5. So 47.5 grams. All right, now we're looking at the thermometer. Here's another one where it can have a different measuring points, so like different scales in between. So let's look at this one. So we have 0 here and 5 here. So I always think about what's in the middle. So this is going to be 2.5. So when I come up here, I want what's in the middle of 10 and 15. So that's going to be 12.5. Now remember, in science we use Celsius. So it's going to be 12.5 degrees Celsius. So let's look at this one. We have 40 here and 50. So right here in the middle is going to be 45. So now we just count up 46, 47, 48, 48 degrees Celsius. So then let's look at this one. So this one we go up, and this is going to be decimals. So this will be 23.5. This would be 25.5, 26. So this one will be 26.5. So down here, 26.5 degrees Celsius. We always have to have that unit of measurement.